Today we're taking a look at our macro reverse rings for micro four thirds cameras. Hey everyone, Sean here with Fotodiox, and today we're taking a look at our micro four thirds macro reverse rings. These are rings that allow you to reverse mount a micro four thirds lens on a micro four thirds camera to turn that lens into a macro focusing lens. When you reverse mount a lens on a camera, generally speaking, those lenses become macro focus lenses, which is a great way to turn any lens into a macro lens. Now we carry macro reverse rings for pretty much every type of camera mount, but today we're taking a look specifically at our micro four thirds macro reverse ring. And the first thing you have to figure out when you get one of these rings is what is the filter thread size of your lens, because you're going to need that to reverse mount the lens. In this case, I'm using this Olympus 14-42 lens, and let's see, it is a 52 millimeter filter thread. You can see right here marked on the lens. So that means we're going to need our 52 millimeter micro four thirds reverse ring. So we got the ring right here. And then it's really simple to mount the lens. You're just going to remove the lens from your camera. You're going to take the macro reverse ring, line up the filter threads with the filter threads on the front of the lens, and screw the macro reverse ring onto the front of the lens. And once that's good and tight, we're then going to find the red mounting dot on the macro reverse ring. And we're going to mount it back on our micro four thirds camera, just like mounting a micro four thirds lens. We're just going to line up the red dot and rotate it to lock it into place. There we go. Now we've got our micro four thirds lens mounted in reverse. And now with this lens reverse mounted, it will no longer focus to infinity. So you can't use it like a normal lens, but it will focus super close up. So you can take this lens, go out and shoot macro photography, get it really close to your subject, and create beautiful macro photos like these. Now here are a couple notes about using macro reverse rings. The first one is you are going to lose all electronic control of the lens. You're no longer going to be able to adjust the aperture. And in this case, the aperture is just going to stay locked open. So you're going to be at your widest aperture at all times. And this will affect your depth of field. You will have very shallow depth of field with this setup. So you won't be able to get super sharp macro photos. They will have kind of a dreamy, shallow focus macro look. You also won't have electronic autofocus. And in the case of this lens, this is a focus by wire lens. So this focus ring will do nothing. But that's actually okay with this setup, because when you're shooting macro like this, you're generally going to focus by moving the lens back and forth from your subject. It's going to be such fine-tuned focus that you're actually going to go up to your subject and just move the camera back and forth to focus. One thing you can do with this lens is you can zoom in and out. You are doing it backwards, so it's a little funny when we do it. Let's zoom in. And instead of moving the front element of the lens away from the rest of the lens, we're actually moving the whole lens body. It is kind of awkward as you turn it. The whole lens moves, but we can still go from 14 millimeters to 42 millimeters. Now, this won't be exactly the same in terms of the crop you're going to get, because when we reverse mount lenses, we do kind of affect the crop. We generally crop in a little bit, and it really just depends on what type of lens you're reverse mounting and what the optic design is like. You will be more cropped in. It won't be as wide as 14, but you will still be able to crop in even more, to zoom in even more by manually adjusting from 14 to 24 with this lens. Now, if you have a prime lens, you won't be able to do this, but with most zoom lenses, especially zoom lenses that have manual zoom, you will still be able to zoom in and out. If you'd like to learn more about our micro four thirds macro reverse ring, click the links in the description below. Also click the links in the description below to check out our entire line of macro reverse rings. We carry macro reverse rings for all of the major camera mounts, including mirrorless and SLR mounts. If you have any questions about anything I said in today's video, comment below. I'd love to help you out. Plus, Plus, click right here to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more videos just like this one. I'm Sean with Fotodiox.com, and have fun shooting reverse-mounted macro photography.